Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, folks. So this is H3H3 going back to his old form. I'm not gonna pause starting from this point on.
Clyde is a liar.
This is a long video.
I want to bring
going
you
back
up
to his old
speed
form
quickly with all of Keemstar's transgressions of the past before we move on to his illustrious future. He told Total Biscuit, who was dying of cancer, that he couldn't wait to report on his death.
I want to be like, can't wait to report your death.
He falsely accused an elderly streamer of being a convicted pedophile. I mean, how does he ever even live this one down?
He wrongly accused the guy of being a pedophile, but God forbid if he has to stop playing a game to look into it.
And you know what his evidence was? Wait for it. He looked like the guy in the photo. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not calling him. I'm not telling him my phone number. I don't want that guy to bother me no matter what. I don't want his money. I don't want his apology. Because, you know, I know who and what I am. And my real friends know who and what I am.
Now, Keemstar likes to act like him and Tony are all good, but here's a clip of Tony talking about the incident 1.5 years later, describing how this one mishap on Keemstar's drama alert ended up with years of endless harassment for him. Have a listen.
One time I had, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people threatened to kill my family, harassing my sister, my nephews.
This was...
I mean... me,
the saddest fucking thing on the planet. It almost made me cry.
My RuneScape account. They hacked our YouTube channel.
When he cried on stream, I shed a tear myself. It was so disgusting. It's like,
anyway, I sent a little Twitter out.
TOS incoming? Wait, what do you mean TOS incoming? Is he gonna say the N-word? Is that why it's TOS? Or is it because
I just said Keemstar, just so you know, your BS a year and a half ago still causes me trouble every day.
And Keemstar, you know, having evolved from his point of where he was before, people say he's changed, you know, he's a better man. This is how he reacts to Tony.
I am not going to put up with you fucking blaming me for people trolling you anymore. Because I am not guilty of that. I'm guilty.
He is the worst person on the planet. Like, I don't know how you can be such a bad person.
In 2017. If this happened once or twice, I just let it go. But you've done this to me multiple times over the last 6 months. And I'm holding back every urge from saying just like, go fuck you, go fuck yourself. I'm holding that back.
Oh, poor Keemstar. He's the victim of poor Tony's harassment. Unacceptable the way that Tony is harassing poor Keemstar, who is, he is just headed up the year with Tony.
Like, he has no redeeming quality.
He accused of being a pedophile publicly.
Just like, go fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I'm holding that back because you want to be friends, and I'm still willing to do that.
You know, hey, you know, he is angry.
That clip with Tony was intense. I mean, the balls to tell this guy to fuck off. Keemstar's got a bottle of G Fuel somewhere in his house that's actually a Horcrux. How is G Fuel still sponsor this guy, by the way? G Fuel brought to you by false pedophilia accusations. Chug it, G Fuel.
Get it now at gfuel.com.
Go fuck you.
Now, after Content Cop, there was a period in time when Keemstar was laying low and being a good boy, and everyone thought, wow, this guy's really changed. Yeah, he has changed for the worse. The much, much worse. Now, guys, before I get back to the beginning
literally
of this video,
the worst, bro.
I just like, I can't. Fraud, I'd like to bring you up to date with all
just
of his...
remember, the only time that LSF let go of their grievances for their #1 enemy on the planet, Alinity, was when Alinity said she fucking hates Keemstar. And LSF was like, yeah, true, real and true. Keemstar is fucking worse than the #1. Like, even in the eyes of LSF, Keemstar is somehow worse than fucking Alinity, who's the #1 enemy of LSF. Because he is just, he never gets punished. He is like the fucking, I cannot comprehend how fucking terrible he is.
Achievements since Content Cop. So here,
no redeeming qualities.
A museum of hate and destruction.
I'm fucking white. I run this world. You're black. You're my slave. Understand it. I would hang the fuck out of you. First time gets a gun, he shoots his brother. I have never heard is so mad in my life. This dude is so embarrassed that he's black. Look at this reaction I'm getting. He's so angry because he knows he's a fucking second-class citizen. The only reason why you want to fuck a white chick is because nobody wants to fuck a black chick.
I cannot comprehend how this part. I knew this stuff
Just
too.
Destiny is a YouTuber who made the very regrettable decision of using underage girls in his thumbnails. Keemstar took that and ran with it, insinuating that he is a pedophile with zero evidence.
Do you touch kids?
Oh my god. Really?
But do you? Do you touch kids?
After losing 3,000 subscribers for this interview, Keemstar declares war on Just Destiny.
Dude, I got so much shit for that. Dude, I lost almost 3,000 subscribers. I'm going to war with this motherfucker.
Out of pure spite, Keemstar releases all of his public information on the internet. Here's an example of what my docs bin looks like. It has my name, birthday, home address, all of my phone numbers, my parents' phone numbers, and my parents' home address. This is released with the express purpose of harassing and often leads to swatting as well. Here he is admitting to doxing him.
Same.
I
have
doxed
that
him.
as well.
What are you going to do about it? I mean, I'm literally telling you right now, what do you think's going to happen to me? You said to Augie, this is going to be a big story that Keemstar doxed Destiny. I doxed Destiny.
He literally does this with like the alt-right too, by the way. Just for the record, he does have connections with big, or I guess, lol, big and alt-right, no longer a real thing, obviously, thank God. But he does do this with the Kill Stream boys. I don't know if Ethan will get to this point here in this interview, but it's just nuts.
Where is the big story? Yeah, I dox people all the time. I run a news show. Like, it's literally part of the job.
He brags about doxing many people because he runs a news show. Now, I don't know what kind of news show Keemstar's running, but I don't remember the last time Anderson Cooper had to find out someone's mom's phone number and post it online.
I need to know who
So
people
gathering
are. I
people's
need to
personal
know where they
information
live.
isn't
I need to
doxing.
know where. I'm sorry, bitch, but I'm talking and you're talking when I talk. Shut up.
Here's Keemstar doxing a YouTuber known as Smiles4YouTube on his live stream.
His Skype is literally Smile for YouTube. Keep note of all this. That's his Skype right there.
Giving out my house address, giving out all of my information. Because he
This
thinks
is his phone number. The guy's from Canada. This is his wife's phone number right here. This is his wife's phone number right here.
And I can totally see how that guy's wife's phone number is newsworthy and why he needs to release that publicly.
We need this dude's address. We need to drop his address.
Evil, like pure evil.
You can hear someone on the stream saying, swatting is when you call the police and report a violent crime, hostage situation, or a terrorist attack to provoke an armed police response at someone else's address. This is our house last year. This is what swatting looks like. Doxing leads to swatting. Keemstar clearly knows this. He's fully aware of the consequence of saying this.
We need this dude's address. We need to drop his address.
And swatting sometimes leads to death, as we'll find out later in this video.
People need to know where this dude lives.
now I'm gonna get swatted. Look at them all there.
His finely coiffed beard puts him over the top as the most
These
punchable
cops are
face on the
everywhere. Thank you. I wonder who did this one.
I'm sorry, I am recording for this situation because it happens a lot.
I know, yeah,
so,
we know, we got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I called you guys. I'm
No,
like, listen, it's
ridiculous.
fake. It's not true.
Keemstar is shocked that people think he's responsible.
This kills people in the United States. It has killed people in the United States. People have gone to jail for this in the United States. And at the very least, they'll kill your fucking dog or you'll get property damage. It's disgusting.
Of course, he never called the police himself. That would be illegal. He just gleefully put the information on his stream, daring any of his followers to do it for him.
Like, now I'm being accused of swatting people. All right? I can't even believe that this is a thing, and I cannot believe that people actually believe it.
His Skype is literally Smile for YouTube.
People actually believe it.
This is his phone number.
People actually believe it.
This is his wife's phone number.
People actually believe it.
We need this dude's address. We need to drop his address.
People actually believe it.
People need to know where this dude lives.
People actually believe it.
Look at them all there.
Is it really that hard to believe? Listen to Keemstar talk about him after leaking all of his private info on stream.
This kid is a fucking loser in every sense of the word. I've
There's a guy getting shot in the next example. Okay.
never dealt with such a loser in my life. Like, this guy has no friends. Zero friends. And I have trolled him so hard that his life is consumed by the thought of me.
Now I'm being accused of swatting people. All right, I can't even believe that this is a thing, and I cannot believe that people actually believe it.
Keemstar claims that Smile for YouTube swatted him first.
Smile for YouTube dude is a liar. All right, I never swatted him. He swatted me, and he swatted Basher.
And even if that's true, does it really justify leaking his wife's phone number? What did she have to do with it?
This is his wife's phone number.
And his home address, endangering the lives of his children.
Dealing with a fucking father.
This is a man that's willing to endanger children over a petty internet beef.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
We need this.
The reason why he still, by the way, he has been permed before. The reason why he does still have a YouTube channel is some loophole that I'm unfamiliar with. But like, he has, I think he's been permed like twice or 3 times before on YouTube. Like, he's had channels, they prop up, YouTube eliminates the channel. But not only does he have like new channels that have gotten banned, he's now getting away with ban evasion, and he is literally a fucking like main content creator on the fucking platform with financial ties to FaZe Clan, for example, of which I believe he's a part owner of, or G Fuel, which he definitely has a stake in. So it is insane to me that this person is such a significant part of YouTube culture, and the behemoth Google cannot do anything about it.
Dude's address.
Like, I am all for, sorry, I know I said I wasn't going to pause that much, but I'm all for forgiveness when someone understands their mistakes. And even if Keemstar had said all of those things about black people in the past, and if he atoned for it, if he made up for it, and if he was truly, you know, spreading progressive messages or something along those lines, like maybe then you could be like, it was really, really fucking devastatingly bad that you said those things when you were an adult. But like, people live and they learn from their mistakes. But the reason why Keemstar is a specific kind of evil, like just so horribly disgusting, is because he also never learns from his mistakes. There is very little accountability for this guy. And he is, he just doubles down, triples down. And the other scumfuckers on the internet also elevate him and keep him alive. And now, of course, he has made significant connections within the alt-right / Republican commentators and Republican Republican YouTubers and shit like that. So now it's like, it's even more difficult to fucking deal with him, because then there is a direct mainstream platform all the way to fucking Fox News of defending him. Oh, it's so bad, dude. And he also hosts the biggest game tourneys. Like, it's kind of wild that fucking streamers just continue to help him. He's friends with FaZe. Not only is he friends with, I mean, I like making fun of him. I've had my run-ins with him in the past as well. But Infinity Ward actively advertises Warzone tournaments too. Like, it's just so, it's so fucked up that like you can be such a transparent scumfucker. Like, one of the worst human beings on the planet. It's just like literally transparently evil, and you can get rewarded for that behavior. Okay, you can get rewarded for that behavior, and big companies that normally really care about these sorts of things or claim to care about those sorts of things are like, it's fine.
Still fast as fuck.
This is his wife's phone number. Dealing with a fucking father.
Look at them all there.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
Yeah, I dox people all the time. I run a news show.
People need to know where this dude lives.
Any idea how fast I am?
Like, this guy has no friends. And I have trolled him so hard that his life is consumed by the thought of me.
A man in Los Angeles is under arrest for a suspected prank that originated in the gaming community but turned deadly in real life in Kansas.
I think there's a shooting that they show
John
here,
Blackstone
so
with how it unfolded.
Wichita police officers believe they were responding to a hostage situation when Andrew Fitch
they don't really
was
show
shot
it, never mind.
dead after he appeared to be reaching for a weapon. It was all a mistake, started by this phony call to 911.
I'm just pointing the gun at them, making sure they stay in the closet. My mom and my little brother.
Okay, is there any way you can put the gun up?
No.
Police believe the call was actually made by 25-year-old Tyler Barris, 1,300 miles away in Los Angeles.
Let's get right into the news. We reached out to him, and we asked him if we could get an interview with him, and we did. And this is what the person that made this fake police call said. Roll it.
This one really went under the radar, but I find it really disturbing that Keemstar, the day after this murder happened, was able to get this kid on his show, fully monetized. Keemstar cashed in big time on this whole ordeal. And I also, if I recall correctly, the interview brought to you by the SWAT murder was also sponsored by G Fuel. Use code KEEM for 10% off of your life expectancy.
You swatted that address, correct?
Sure.
Okay,
Right.
so you swatted the address, you put in the fake hostage situation, correct?
Yep.
And then this guy gets killed.
That's what happened, I guess.
And you take any responsibility for what happened?
I don't believe that I'm the only guilty party involved in this whole incident. You could point the finger at the cop who killed someone. You could point the finger at the guy who made the call. You could point the finger at the person who provided the address saying, oh, look, this is where I live. Go ahead and swat me. So it's really, in my opinion, debatable.
Isn't it wonderful that Keemstar is giving this murder the opportunity to place blame on others, totally uncontested,
There's multiple people that caused this to happen, right?
while still at large from the police? And can we appreciate the irony of Keemstar, of all people, to sit here and pretend to be outraged when he enabled...
That guy went to prison for what, 20 years? He went to prison for 20 years for that. And in that interview, ironically, he admits that people who leak addresses on purpose are also morally culpable, which Keemstar, of course, is unaware of, which would put him in not only legal trouble for all of his past doxings, but would also make him morally culpable if he had any morals at all.
this kind of behavior all the time.
What would you say to the family?
We need this dude's address.
I mean, this family doesn't have a, these kids don't have a parent.
Dealing with a fucking father.
The mother has lost a son.
This is his wife's phone number.
This family has lost a member of their family because of your actions.
People need to know where this dude lives. This kid is a fucking loser in every sense of the word. I've never dealt with such a loser in my life. Like, this guy has no friends.
Really good editing.
Zero friends.
I'm glad that Ethan is back to doing good shit like this. This is what his best content was. Fucking finally.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father.
Right, there was a while there.
He went on Drama Alert and mocked the tweets of a suicidal YouTuber. That's it. That's all I need to say about that.
Today's story is about Basher. He had a breakdown on Twitter, and quite frankly, he's suicidal. This is what he said on Twitter. I almost killed myself today on the way home. I'm not sure why I can't ever just go through with it. Constant highs, lows. I can't take this anymore.
By itself, this clip is bad enough. But to understand where our story is going, you need to understand Keemstar's position on mental illness in general.
We don't believe in depression in this household. We believe if you're sad, work harder. If you claim that you have mental health issues, people automatically support you. They automatically feel bad for you. They automatically give you attention. Do you get it? That a lot of this is bullshit. That depression and mental health issues is the biggest shield in the fucking world.
FYI, everybody gets depressed, but only the weak let it define them. And you are weak. If you want to be left alone, here's a block. Drug companies invent all of these mental illnesses so they can sell drugs to morons. Social anxiety is 100% a fake invented illness, so they can sell you drugs and make millions. Stop being weak. Society is literally going to die if you keep this bullshit up. Real talk. If you suffer from panic attacks and you're old enough to drink, the best way to stop a panic attack, real quick, is to have a sip of beer. You only need like 3 sips. Brought
It's great
to you
that his
by
audience is
Dr.
mostly
Daniel
predominantly
Keemstar.
12-year-olds too.
Sponsored by G Fuel.
This part's gonna
Sadly,
get
we are
real
learning
bad.
new details about the death of popular YouTuber Etika. The medical examiner's office says the 29-year-old drowned in the East River by suicide. Etika, whose real name is Desmond Amofa, was found Monday near the South Street Seaport. The NYPD says some of his things were located along the Manhattan Bridge 2 days earlier. Fans became worried about the YouTuber last week when he posted an 8-minute video saying, "It's been a nice life."
Let's go right into the news. Attica has lost his mind like the 3rd time.
Etika is a YouTuber that unfortunately took his own life. It shook a lot of us to the core and caused a lot of introspection in the YouTube community. I believe he suffered from bipolar disorder, and he was known for going through extreme manic states and making a spectacle on YouTube. And Keemstar, of course, was very quick to capitalize on these spectacles.
He started tweeting out crazy things yesterday. Once again, for the final time, I'm God. And so are you. Oh my God. Wait, I'm God. I'm God. He's God. We're all God.
When you're bipolar and you're in a manic state, you have to understand that you can become very detached from reality. And what this person needs is certainly professional help and tenderness, and not being fed into their mania. You could see, for example, just how worried about him Keemstar is.
Attica has lost his mind.
Etika has lost his mind.
I mean, don't be so excited about it, dude. It's kind of a bummer. I doubt that him and his fans and his family are feeling that happy about it. At one point, he was arrested by the police, and Keemstar noted that he couldn't help but laugh at it.
Somebody, and we don't know who, called the police on him. The police showed up to his apartment, and this is the video he posted on Twitter. Roll it.
Yeah, I think somebody's trying to hurt me. I don't know. It's people online. People online are trying to hurt me. Online. People online. Don't let them hurt me, okay? Because they keep calling the cops on me. The people online that are calling, they hate me for some reason. I don't know why they hate me, though. All I do, I make porno, though. I make porn. I make a lot of porn. So I'm really rich. I have a lot of money. I make a lot of porn. So that's probably why.
It's like impossible not to laugh at that.
During a previous manic episode, Keemstar had tweeted out the address, the location of the mental hospital he was being stayed at. You're in a manic state. The last thing you need is being fed more energy and excitement and mania. Be doxing someone is bad enough, but a dude in a manic state having a breakdown to dox his...
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that part. I did not know this. Holy shit.
Just believe the day before Keemstar doxed his mental hospital, he tweeted out, "Etika fans are tweeting at me saying I shouldn't be streaming Red Dead at a time like this. He's not my friend. I barely speak to him. I'm worried, but there's nothing I can do. And it's Red Dead too. Sorry, but I'm streaming it no matter what." 3 days later, Keemstar is tagging Etika and putting as much tension on him as possible. Retweet if you want an interview with Etika. And then people start giving him shit in the comments. Leave him alone. Give him some time to rest. Suck a dick. I run a news channel. I'm going to get my viewers the news. I don't give a fuck about your fake social justice warrior emotions on Twitter for attention. This really shows how Keemstar views Etika more as a commodity than a person. Keemstar's channel performance is way more important than the well-being of Etika. During one of his manic states, the police broke into his apartment.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm really scared. I'm really, really scared. I'm really, really scared right now. Look, can you see me?
Okay, Desmond.
Okay.
All right. Glad your hands are empty, okay?
Okay. Okay. Here. Look. Okay.
Turn around, buddy.
Okay.
Ow.
And released him a couple hours later. Now, Keemstar was quick to scoop him up in his vulnerable state, the manic state he was in, and immediately put him on his show.
So there you have it. That was the end of that. They took Etika to the mental hospital, but only a few hours later, he was released. I jumped in his DMs and set up this interview, and let me just tell you, things got crazy.
You should also notice the nice little meme he introduces him with that shows really truly how little he cares about Etika.
That's what's going on. It's me, the Antichrist. I've come to purge the planet of all human life. I will be dropping nuclear missiles very, very soon on every single human being. Death means nothing. Why are you all so scared of death for? It means absolutely zero in the interim. Why do you think I made Trump president? We're about to get some fireworks real soon.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Etika is on the line here. Now, Etika, when you say death means nothing, are you basically saying that life is a simulation? Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah, life is a video game. We're all in a video game, and I'm the one that's putting the pieces together. Everything that you've done in your life, Keemstar, was all leading up to this moment, to where you can broadcast the start of the beginning of the rise of the known Antichrist. I am the Antichrist. I am the one who brings death to all.
Etika is clearly having delusions of grandeur and at the peak of a manic state. Keemstar has no concern for stopping this interview and getting him out. He's only interested in the spectacle of Etika.
Etika has lost his mind!
Of feeding into his delusions and broadcasting it to millions of people.
What is your purpose? What is the overall purpose of the Antichrist?
Stop repeating me I said to purge all life.
This is the absolute worst thing he could do for Etika, loading him up with more attention and feeding into his manic state. He knew he would get lots of views, and he did, with great cost to Etika.
Scariest thing about thinking that the world is a simulation and it's predestined and all that is then there's no reason to live. Why not?
Why do you fear death?
Keemstar's greatest moment comes when he asks Etika in a manic state, why doesn't he just jump off a cliff?
If you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Of course, hypothetical, but it is quite a coincidence when you consider that only 51 days later, that very same YouTuber jumped off a bridge to his death.
A popular YouTube personality and gamer from Brooklyn is missing tonight, and a video posted before he disappeared has family and friends worried. That's 29-year-old Desmond Amofa, also known as Etika online. He published an 8-minute video yesterday apologizing to those he feels he's let down. Now, nobody's been able to...
Listen, no matter what Keemstar says, you can't say anything bad about him in the chat beyond, like, the regular shit. If you... Like, this person who is literally almost directly could be linked back to the deaths of people and doxing and property damage and all kinds of other shit, will 1000% turn around and act like, look, this guy is saying, and his community is saying all these fucking horrible things about me, saying that they want to kill me. I'm the real victim here. Like, you do not understand how deep and how dark that well is, okay?
Reach him since.
And of course, who was there to collect the revenue?
Scare into the news. We have a bunch of news for you today, but first, Etika has gone missing. Nobody can find him.
And who was there to tweet out that he thought he was lying, that he was weak, that he didn't believe him?
There is a possibility that this is a publicity stunt.
The thing that pisses me off is that Etika now 100% knows the internet is worried about him. And 13 hours later, he's not notifying his fans that he's okay. Maybe it's because he did off himself, but I doubt it. Sounds like a dude that really cares about his friend. How about this tweet from only a couple months earlier? Dear Etika, normally I would say stop going crazy, but there's no news going on, so go full July 15th, baby. I've got kids to feed. Once Etika's body is found by the NYPD, he suddenly turns to homie, and the rewriting of history quickly begins to cover his tracks. Scumbags are trying to pin my friend's death on me. I can't even mourn my homie. Yes, I'm sure Keemstar cared deeply for Etika.
Etika has lost his mind!
Friends they were. iDubbbz had a great segment in Content Cop about how Keemstar considers people his, quote, friends. I'll let him tell it.
It wouldn't surprise me if Keemstar thought him and I were friends. You know, just because I follow him back on Twitter, he's probably thinking, iDubbbz referred to me as buddy in the DMs. He must be my friend. So if he ever makes a video on me, I'm gonna say, we were friends. We were supposed to be friends. We were never friends, cunt.
People don't understand and they don't ask me questions. They just point the finger and say, you're to blame. And there's so much more that happened privately that just you guys don't understand, and I just want to mourn my friend. So please stop making me defend myself. Some people are pulling up a tweet from October of 2018 and where I said, you know, I've only talked to Etika a few times, we're not really friends, and that was true. That was the truth, like, at that time. We only became close and, you know, had conversations, you know, in length privately about really life in general and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. Only kind of around the time that we did the interview.
Thank you for providing us this content on the platform. This is what's
I never
needed.
did show you guys the end of that interview with his good friend Etika, with his homie. I recorded an interview with Etika. He started yelling and rage quit. He got mad because I called him out for being weak. Keemstar loves to call people suffering from mental illness weak. But let's go back and see how that interview actually ended with his good friend Etika.
It seems like it's
I've been on this platform and I've tried my best to not step on any toes. I've always tried my best to consider other people. I don't want to hurt anybody. I never wanted to. I always shied away from whenever people would make fun of people, and it just felt bad. It's like, why would you tear that person down? Be nice to people. I know I always thought I was weird because why would I never want to jump to hurting someone? I always just wanted to make content and have fun. And I realize now,
you can crack jokes about people and still have fun. It's not being mean.
Yeah, but you're mean about it. You know, you're mean about it. You're mean about it. Sometimes you're heartless.
Sometimes I am mean about it, but it's still funny.
Yes, that's
it's still
it.
funny.
That's
it's still funny. It is funny though.
Look, I do dark humor and I don't kill people like you do sometimes. You.
It's not my Discord, dude. It's from the video. It's probably Etika's Discord. Shut up.
Killed that old man by calling him a. I've never done anything.
Get out of here! Get out of here! That's ridiculous.
Listen, shut up.
We
shut
got
up.
a story. I'm
shut
not
up.
going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up. We got a story wrong for about 45 minutes. The video was taken down. I offered the guy 20 grand on the spot.
Shut up! I know the
guy,
situation.
No,
I
I'm
watched
not
you.
shutting
Yeah.
up. I'm
and then
not
you
shutting
apologized.
up.
You went on
I'm
the
not
stream
shutting
and you
up.
told
I
the
did
audience
everything
to
I
go
could
and
to
give
make
him
it
love.
right with that dude.
Yeah.
I'm not shutting up. I'm not shutting it up.
Yeah,
You just said
still
something
called him
that
a
was
fucking
so
pedophile
much
with no
bullshit.
Yeah, but you still called him a pedophile with no information, you motherfucking asshole.
Because I was fed wrong information,
you like
and
you
you
don't
know
really,
that.
sometimes
Because I was fed wrong information.
Sometimes it sucks looking in the mirror, doesn't it? Doesn't it hurt, Keemstar? It hurts when you feel the same thing that you've done to other people. Doesn't it hurt?
In the mirror 20 minutes after it happened. 20 minutes after it happened. When did you look into the mirror?
Weakling. Record this and put it on Drama Alert at 12 tonight.
I'm recording it right now. Oh my God, what a nut job.
People don't understand and they don't ask me questions.
Etika has lost his mind like the third time.
They just point the finger and say, you're to blame.
Possible not to laugh at that.
And there's so much more that happened privately.
And jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Just you guys don't understand.
Was this a publicity stunt?
And I just want to mourn my friend. So please stop making me defend myself.
We're all gone.
We only became close and, you know, had conversations.
What a nut job.
you know, in length privately about really life in general.
Crazy.
And YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. Only kind of around the time that we did the interview. Before the interview, and after.
FouseyTube is another YouTuber who is a frequent target of Keemstar's. He also suffered a manic break, and here he is talking directly to Keemstar.
Hey, I'm just telling you as a man at 28 years old what I feel. You made me want to commit suicide last year. I wanted to kill myself because of all the attention you gave me. I rewatched videos going viral after the attention you're giving me now of you saying Fousey is the biggest piece of shit, egotistical asshole on this earth. I have bipolar and depression. That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself.
But ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that Ethan Klein is a liar. He's a liar. You liar. That's not the truth. You didn't spend $15,000 of your own money. And in the video he uploaded yesterday, again, he said, I spent my own money on the slot. That's just not true. And I'll tell you why it's not true. Because like 3 years ago, there was this really popular game called Payday 2. And the creators of Payday 2 basically came out and said, look, we're gonna do an H3H3 DLC pack. We're gonna sell it for $5, and all the money we make, we're gonna give to H3H3 for the lawsuit. The lawsuit.
Here we are back at the beginning of our video, where Keemstar was just accusing me of a felony fraud.
But ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that Ethan Klein is a liar.
If what he claims were true, not only would I be a terrible person, I'd also be in legal trouble with both Starbreeze, the game's producer, and I'm sure the federal government.
I pride myself on getting you the facts.
But surely with such incredible claims, a newsman like Keemstar would have incredible evidence to back it up.
I pride myself on getting this right.
Otherwise, it would just be outright slander. Let's see what he's got.
Payday 2's new H3H3 themed DLC sells for $4.99, which the developer Overkill will receive 0% of the cut. It's a matter of protecting IP.
And his proof is, get this, one Kotaku article that says, quote, it's a matter of IP. Yes, that's his whole quote. He's going to go out to 1 million people and say Ethan Klein is a liar and guilty of felony fraud because Kotaku said it's a matter of IP.
It's a matter of protecting IP, blah, 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 blah. They're giving them the money for the lawsuit.
Bro, blah, 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 blah. You're a news guy. You don't blah, blah, blah. You blah, blah, blah the whole article. Maybe you didn't blah, 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 blah article. You'd actually know that what you're saying is bullshit. Jifu apparently blah, blah, blah your whole history when they decided to sponsor you.
Blah, 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 blah. They're giving them the money for the lawsuit.
Next time you watch Keemstar, remember what his research entails.
All right. It's the blah, 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 blah.
Now, I'm assuming Keemstar wouldn't just make something like this up.
I pride myself on getting you the facts.
This is a good
So let's
video.
give him the
It's a
benefit
fucking
of the
emotional
doubt.
roller
And let's call
coaster,
someone
dude.
who would actually know. So I called Almir Listo, the global brand director for Starbreeze Studios. They made the game, and he brokered the deal for us. Have you spoken to Keemstar?
No.
Okay.
I'm not spoken to Keemstar.
Oh, he didn't ask you. Well, did I commit fraud? Was that money meant for us?
It was 100% meant for you and Hila, yeah.
So I didn't commit fraud?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because he was saying that I stole hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you're saying that's not true, and you're the guy that set up the deal and did everything. So if anyone would know, it would be you, right? Not Keemstar.
It would be me, yeah.
Yeah, it would be you. Okay, fantastic. Well, I feel much better. I feel like the FBI will be relieved to know that, and no fraud.
All right.
But all right, thanks, man. Take care, dude.
He's in on it.
Take care.
He's in on the fraud.
This is a big fuck up. This is a serious big fuck up to the point where I just feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. I can't believe that we would fuck up like this. We reported a story that this Massachusetts man, John Phillips, had sex with a teen that he married in an online game in RuneScape back in 2011.
Oh, this was the one that I felt really.
And then he got out of jail, and that he's streaming on Twitch again.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same guy.
Now, the problem with this is that that's not John. That's a gentleman named Tony. And when we reported this video, a bunch of you went over and harassed this guy. Called him names, pedo, sex offender, you name it. This guy didn't do anything. He didn't do anything wrong. And because of me, he was harassed. I pride myself on getting you the facts. Like, I pride myself on getting this right. I don't ever want to up like this again. I don't ever want to fail you like this again. I pride myself on being right. And I was not right this time. And Tony, if you're watching, we're going to make this right with you, no matter what we have to do.
I am not gonna put up with you fucking blaming me for people trolling you anymore.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
And I'm holding back every urge from saying just like, go fuck you, go fuck yourself. I'm holding that back.
Any idea how fast I am?
Go get an attorney and sue my ass.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Every single day I get a death threat on the email because I'm a pedophile.
Go fuck you, go fuck yourself.
Well, I mean, you know, whose fault do you think that is? Come on.
The reason I showed you this is because he hasn't changed. He never changed. It only took him 1 year to turn on Tony. This is a man that purports to do the news, but goes out and calls a man a pedophile based on a picture, or to accuse someone of a felony fraud with absolutely no evidence.
I don't kill people like you do sometimes. You killed that old man by calling him a pedophile.
A hateful, spiteful person that can't differentiate between personal vendetta and news.
He's pissed off, man. This guy's mad at the world.
He wields his audience like a weapon, striking at anyone that dares to criticize him.
We need this dude's address. We need to drop his address.
And if the facts don't suit his mission, then he will alter them, manipulate them, and create them.
Do you touch kids?
Until the harassment becomes so unbearable, you simply surrender.
Keemstar, I apologize, and I won't be sending you any more tweets, and no matter what, I'll do my very best to make sure that your name never comes out of my mouth. Now, on my show, when people bring you up, I'm just going to tell them that, hey, I think you're a nice guy, and I don't want no trouble.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
Just to give you an idea of how Keemstar torments and harasses people on his enemy list, let me show you some of the DMs he sent me over the years. Now, these are cold DMs. I've already unfollowed him, and he is sending me these DMs unsolicited out of the cold blue for the express purpose of harassing me, so I really don't feel bad sharing these tweets at all. Currently working on an H3H3 lying salty man-child video. Have a few questions. Have you ever flagged?
This is the only interaction I've ever had with Keemstar beyond the Twitter back and forth until he blocked me because I called him out for misspelling Roblox. He played a pivotal role in the 9/11 saga, taking it directly from LSF like he always does because he's a content thief on top of everything else. He just sits there on LSF and just takes the top posts and puts them on his streams. Yeah. He still follows me? Nice. Is it relevant to anything at all? Like, is there any reason why we're watching it right now?
You don't love the spirit of justice.
He talks shit about you
love
and
your
Steven on
father,
Killstream.
the
You gotta
devil.
put your differences aside and shit on them together. It's one of the greatest things that Destiny has done. Fucking thank you, Dysonia, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Keemstar on his 3rd month of subs now. on this channel.
Down another YouTuber creator's video. I don't answer. And he persists. Can I get an answer here? I'm trying to meet your request of giving nonstop defense because your baby ass can't defend yourself. Keemstar will make insane accusations, groundless accusations, and then he expects you to defend
He's
yourself.
not in here. It's because Dysonia gifted him a sub. That's why you can add him. I think exposing 13,000 people to this video is a great thing to do. Anyone telling you you shouldn't have watched it is a moron. I agree. That's why I'm watching it. A lot of people don't know who the fuck Keemstar is. A lot of people only know him as like the YouTube drama guy. There was stuff in this video that I didn't even know, and I've followed his career trajectory as best as I could.
In fact, he likes it if you'll come on his show and defend himself. That's how his operation works. And so he goes, oh, well, he didn't say anything in his defense, so he must be guilty. Have you ever lied to anyone on YouTube? What are you, the fucking FBI? I don't have to answer shit, you dumbass. Bro, I am honestly starting to think you are having mental issues. Want B to grab a number for you to call from Erica Costella? He's making a reference to some like Team 10 drama. It's like, bro, this is the next day. This is the night, and then the next day in the morning. He goes, have you ever lied about anyone on YouTube? And then 2 days later, can I get a sorry yet, or do I need to keep defending myself? He's like an abusive spouse, punching his girlfriend in the face. Do I need to keep defending myself, or are you gonna apologize? We made a video about CSGO lottery, about how these two dudes, T-Mart and Pro Syndicate, were pretending to gamble on a CSGO lottery site that they owned. It was crooked as hell, and we made a video about it. So Keemstar DMs me out of the cold blue, and he says, I know about the CSGO gambling investment for a while now. People are talking. I said, are you accusing me of being invested in CSGO gambling? He goes, me? No. Others may be, though. I go, oh, interesting. I say, did you invest? He said, yeah, I made a ton of money too. He goes on to say, Kay, did you invest under someone else's name? Which I guess it leads me to believe he's like, well, I didn't find any evidence of you investing. Did you happen to break the law under someone else's name? I could tell you, I could report on. And there's so many other examples. I could frankly make an entire new video about it. He tweeted out an anonymous letter about how I hired a PR firm to remove videos critical of me for being anti-Semitic.
There has been an anonymous letter posted to the internet saying that H3H3 Ethan Klein was going to try to create a scenario that the hate against him was anti-Semitism.
He retweeted people saying that I was faking our $100,000 giveaway. And this video, which is honestly just so gold, I think you should just watch it.
Ethan Klein, H3H3, trying to shut down Comic-Con. Now recently, there has been an outbreak of coronavirus in Seattle, Washington. And the middle of March, Comic-Con is going to be in Seattle, Washington, and apparently 100,000 people are going to show up from around the country, around the world, really. And Ethan Klein, H3H3, I mean, he's trying to get it shut down. He's tagging the governor. He's tagging the politicians. He's demanding that Comic-Con get shut down for the safety of the human race. Now I'm looking at these tweets and I'm like, bro, something ain't right. Something had to have happened behind the scenes between H3H3 and Comic-Con. There had to be some bad blood. Maybe he was planning on going. They weren't going to pay him the right amount. Something happened behind the scenes.
Or maybe in front of the scenes, like coronavirus, a pandemic that has now killed 90,000 people at this point. I don't know. It could be something behind the scenes, though.
Scenes that he's trying to get Comic-Con shut down. Something ain't right.
I am but one man. Probably not even the most hated man in Keemstar's life. And you've seen the length he's gone to harass me, to slander me, to rewrite history in every conceivable way to make me look evil. And frankly, it has worked on a lot of people. I have a wonderful support system, a wife that loves me, a stable financial system. I'm fortunate and blessed in every conceivable way. And this kind of targeted harassment from Keemstar actually does take a toll on me mentally. And when I'm already having a hard time, Keemstar is sure to drill in and give me even a worse time as possible.
Are you okay, bro? I'm actually worried about you, bro. I think maybe you're having like a mental breakdown.
Now, what happens when someone who has a less stable situation than me endures this targeted and sustained harassment from Keemstar, what happens to them? You know, the streamer that Keemstar accused falsely of being a pedophile had a beautiful way of putting into words what this whole video is driving at.
You know, in life, we're responsible for our own actions. And, you know, we should be a little bit more careful about what we say and do. Because, you know, actions have consequences and they hurt people. It's really that simple. I mean, you know, and they destroy lives. You know, they always say loose lips sink ships, you know. Bottom line is, you start a rumor and, you know, one person tells two and two tell four and two tell eight. And the next thing you know, the whole damn world is believing a bunch of bullshit that's not even true. And, you know, that's exactly what's happened in this case. And look, hey, you know, I'm 64. I'm not real internet savvy. I'm not into all this. But I'll tell you one thing I'm not used to. I'm not used to being called a pedophile. Now, you know, if you accuse me of being bald and fat and ugly, I'll agree with you, okay? Hey, but yeah, I'm no pedophile, and that's a terrible thing to say about somebody, period. Anyway, I sent a little Twitter out, and I just said, Keemstar, just so you know, your BS a year and a half ago still causes me trouble every day, and it does.
Go fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Keemstar, nibble on your cheese. Sit behind your desk like a rat king. Claim you report the news at what cost?
I just
constantly making yourself look like a child. You're a rat.
New Twitch blog post about the council. We already went through it. Genuinely think this guy. What? No, Jesus Christ. Listen. It's just like, I'm gonna tell you something. I think, like, I think Keemstar he's already really annoying and a gigantic piece of shit. But the real, like, the real reason why, because I've thought about this before. Like, why the fuck do I really just despise him so much? Because, like, there's a lot of annoying, awful people that I deal with. Does anyone have actual evidence of fraud that would be really easy to get to the New York AG's office? He shouldn't even be on YouTube, but he has a loophole where he's hired by whoever runs his channel. He's technically banned. Fuck Ethan Klein, I will be responding. Yeah. Look, what I was trying to say is, like, there's a lot of awful people that I deal with on the internet on a daily basis, okay? Some of them are directly homies with Keemstar. The reason why Keemstar just, like, triggers me in the way that he does is also because he's so smug. Like, he's so fucking smug, so condescending, so full of himself, and just, like, purely an evil person, like a bad person. I don't know how else to describe it. He is just a bad person.